Hello students, welcome to the online math class of grade 7. Today we are going to cover day 2 of unit 1. Students, yesterday we revised the concepts of fractions and all the topics that were covered in our previous grade. Today we will learn something new, multiplying fractions. We will start by looking at a problem. Okay, I want your eyes onto the screen. We will watch a CRL. A CRL, like I already mentioned yesterday, is any video or presentation that I show on the screen. I would call it a CRL. That's a classroom resource live. Yeah. So the CRL reads multiplication of fractions. So here we are going to just watch a quick video which is almost 3 minutes old. I want you to keep your notebook close to you. If you find any information which is useful to you, you could definitely take notes. Yeah, shall I start the video?
Hello students, today we will learn about multiplication of fractions. Let us start by looking at a problem. 1/4 of Seema's garden is covered with grass. A week later, the grass cover doubled. What fraction of Seema's garden is covered with grass? Let us focus on the first sentence. 1/4 of Seema's garden is covered with grass. What will that look like? This means 1 out of 4 parts of the whole garden is covered with grass. What number does a whole represent? Whole equals 1. 1 out of 4 times 1 equals 1 out of 4. This means the fraction of Seema's garden which is covered with grass equals 1 out of 4. Here, of represents multiplication. 1 out of 4 of 1 is the same as 1 out of 4 multiplied by 1. A week later, the grass cover doubled. What fraction of Seema's garden is covered with grass? Let us see what the garden will look like. Since the grass cover doubled, the total grass cover will be 1 out of 4 plus another 1 out of 4. This can be shown using multiplication. 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 4 equals 2 multiplied by 1 out of 4. 2 can be written as 2 out of 1. From the picture of the garden, we can see the fraction of the grass cover is 2 out of 4. If we simplify it, it becomes 1 out of 2. Let's look at this equation. Notice here, 2 times 1 gives 2. 1 times 4 gives 4. We can write this as, to find the product of two fractions, we multiply the numerators and denominators. Let us see how we can multiply.
For people who have a small bit of confusion here, let us quickly remember that multiplication is repeated addition. Okay, so when I see 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, that means there are 2 times I am adding 1 plus 2. So I have replaced that with a multiplication symbol here. And 2 being my whole, I can always represent it as 2 by 1. So this step, if you have any confusion, it's okay. Just make sure that you are using the right operation when you come across such problems.
Let us see how we can multiply a mixed fraction and a proper fraction. First, we convert the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Now let's multiply the numerators of the fractions and then the denominators. 8 times 2 equals 16. 3 times 3 equals 9. Therefore, the answer is 16 out of 9.
Here, in this problem, whenever I see a mixed fraction, my first step is to convert it to a improper fraction. When I convert it to an improper fraction, now, regardless of my denominator being the same, I can easily multiply the numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. Okay, so 8 2s are 16, 3 3s are 9. Unless these two are divisible by the same number, we can bring it down to a reduced form. Otherwise, we would retain the number that we have it.
Now it's your turn to solve some questions. We will do a check for understanding.
Okay. So students, until now we've learned how to multiply fractions. Whenever I see two fractions with multiplication symbol below, I will multiply my numerator with my numerator and my denominator with the next denominator. Okay. Now to just see if you understood our concept or not, we will have something called CFU or check for understanding questions. Okay. You will have quick 1 minute to solve these two in your notebook. When I say go, I want all of you to take out your notebook and your pen with you right now. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Now quickly write down these questions in your notebook and you have 1 minute to solve. Your time starts now. $30 seconds up. Last 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. So 5 by 4 into 3 is 15 by 4. Okay. 15 by 4 is 15 out of 4. This is an improper fraction. So 2 into 7 into 7 by 9 is 14 by 63. Or it is equal to 2 by 9, right? I multiply my numerator with my numerator, that is 2 7s are 14, 7 9s are 63. Because they have 7 as a factor in common in both, I can divide both of them by 7. So I will have 2 by 9. Great. So students, as of now, we've learned how to multiply fractions. Okay. Now, before we go to the last part of the lesson plan today, I want to challenge you all with a quick question. Do you think the product of two fractions is always greater than each fraction? I'll repeat my question again. Do you think the product of two fractions, is it always greater than each individual fraction? For example, when I multiply one fraction with another fraction, the product that I receive, is it greater than any one of these individual fractions? You have 30 seconds to think of your answer. Your time starts now. You can just take out your notebook, you can quickly write it down. You can make some random examples to see if it's matching or not. Last 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. To know the answer to this question, let us look at a CRL. Okay. Factors and products. Here we are going to look at 3 different case scenarios, and looking at these observations, we will make an inference or understand what exactly happens when two fractions are multiplied with each other. Yeah. Is the product always more than its factors? Yeah, when I multiply A with B, is my C always greater than B or A? So here, I just want you to look at these examples. Okay, I have 3 examples here. Now take 1 minute. Okay, because there's no partner right now, I want you to introspect or talk to yourself and question your logic. What do you observe in these 3 conditions? Condition A, condition B, condition C. Last 40 seconds. Last 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Let us find out. Now what we did here is we drew a number line to imagine or visualize how the numbers look like. Correct? Here you can see on a number line, my number A, I have 3. In the name of B, I have 6. When I multiply these two, the product 18 is definitely greater than 3 and 6. Correct? The product is more than its factors. However, in my second case, I know in a number line, if this is my 0 and this is my 1, my half is bound to be somewhere in the middle. Correct? So when I multiply 1 by 2 into 4, which is here in the number line, my answer is suddenly here. It falls in between. So the product is less than one of its factors. So 2 is lesser than 4, but 2 is greater than 1 by 2. Okay. Let's look at the third condition when both my factors are fractions. Yeah, 0 to 1 obviously. My half is somewhere here. So I know my 1/3 is lesser than my half, it's here. When I multiply this, numerator into numerator is 1. 2 3s are 6. So 1/6 falls much lesser than here. So I know the product is less than both its factors. Quick recap. I know it's a little confusing, but it's a very easy concept to think. When I multiply two whole numbers, the product is always greater than the factors. When I multiply a fraction with a whole number, the product is greater than the fraction but lesser than my whole number. Okay. When I multiply two different fractions, the product is always lesser than both my factors. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Yeah, it's the same slide, but notice the number that decreases the value of the product. I will give you exactly 2 minutes to note down this slide in your notebook for future reference. Okay, your time starts now. Last 30 seconds. Last 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Pencils down. So students, today we learned how to multiply fractions. We also saw that the product of factors is not always more than the factors. Bye.